51. Adh-Dhariyat, gale force winds. A series of oaths referring to the wind opens this chapter. Wind is a fundamental element of life on earth. Its function is the maintenance of the water cycle. The sun heats the oceans and water evaporates into the air as vapor. With rising height, the air temperature falls and water vapor condenses into tiny droplets. These droplets over a large area join to form clouds. The winds blow them towards the land where they fall as rain. The implied question is, since wind is life-giving and is created by God, why can't the disbelievers accept God's power to bring back the dead to life? The chapter reveals two more facts. And in the sky is your promised sustenance, verse 22. And secondly, we built the universe with our creative power, and we are ever expanding it, verse 47. The sun provides all the energy for photosynthesis, for plants to grow, which becomes human food. Astronomers believe the universe is expanding. So how could the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who lived in 7th century Arabia, know this extraordinary fact? Isn't this evidence that the Quran is God's word? The Meccans are reminded about their forefather Ibrahim, blessed with a child in his old age, so he can give life to an infertile couple. Another instance of the Quran challenging conceptual boundaries, which made belief in the resurrection difficult for them. Then a reminder of the fate of those who denied. A warning to them that their fate could be the same if they persist in their denial. At the end, the Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is encouraged. Reminder benefits the believers, verse 55. So carry on reminding humanity of the purpose of their creation. I created jinn and human beings only to worship me, verse 56. In the name of God, the kind, the caring, by the gale force winds that scatter dust, by the winds that carry heavily laden clouds, by the winds that sail ships with ease, by the winds that distribute rain as commanded. No doubt, what you have been promised is true. The day of judgment will certainly come by the sky with its paths. You have different views about this Quran. Those who turn away from the Quran are deceived. The liars are ruined, who are numb and unaware of reality. They ask, when will the judgment day come? That day they shall be punished with fire. Taste your punishment. This is what you were so impatient for. The mindful will be in gardens with flowing fountains. They will take what their Lord gives them. In the world, they were gracious. They slept little at night, and at dawn sought God's forgiveness. They set aside a share in their wealth for beggars and the needy. And for those who believe firmly, there are signs in the earth and in themselves. Don't you see? And in the sky is your promised sustenance. By the Lord of the heavens and the earth, this is as true as what you speak. Did you hear the story of Abraham's honorable guests? They came and said, peace. He replied, peace. He thought these are strangers. He quietly slipped away to his family and brought a roasted fat calf, which he placed before them and said, won't you eat? He felt afraid of them, and they replied, don't be afraid. They gave him good news of a knowledgeable son. His wife stepped forward and struck her face at this news. She was amazed and said, who, me? A barren old woman? They said, that's how your Lord has decreed. Indeed, he is wise, the knower. Abraham asked, what's the purpose of your coming, messengers? They replied, we've been sent to the wicked people to pelt them with clay stones marked by your Lord for those who've gone beyond limits. We rescued the believers from there. We only found a single household of believers, and we left behind a sign for those who fear the painful punishment. Also in the story of Moses is a sign. When we sent him with a clear authority to Pharaoh, he turned away because of his military might and said, "Moses is a magician or a madman." So we seized him and his army and threw them into the sea. He was guilty. And in the story of Ad is a lesson too. When we sent devastating wind upon them, in its wake it left behind everything crushed and torn up. And in the story of Thamud, when it was said to them, "Enjoy yourselves for a while," they disobeyed the Lord's command, so were seized by a blast as they watched. Neither could they bear the punishment, nor defend themselves against us. The people of Noah before them faced a similar fate. They too were sinners. We built the universe with our creative power, and we are ever expanding it. And the earth we spread out and leveled it smoothly. We created everything in pairs so that you may reflect. So come to God quickly. I am a clear warder to you. Don't set